One thought, one practice, and one poem. When I look up at the stars and I'm awed by their effectual burnished light, I often wonder what they see looking down at me. I imagine it sees a tiny quibbling ball of energy and light bouncing inside its walls, an eruption trying to happen, yet contained inside some invisible limit, an impossible tension of light trying to spill into space, yet afraid of unleashing. I imagine the stars are watching with hopeful anticipation for the fighting energy to reach the beam. Will it sputter, fizzle, and stop? Or will it grow into itself? I can imagine them looking down at us, rooting for the birth of another star. Sometimes, if I move my body, enough sweat will weep from every pore, turning me into water, the flowing hot body of blood and breath, a wonderful fluid thing. And I'm enraptured. I see life is for the taking, that I'm built to encounter and savor. 4,000 taste buds lie in my tongue, and millions of receptors coat my skin. Breathe. And the nearly unbearable celebration coats my skin, and every cell, warmed into liquid, I feel my essence spill from its confinement into the room, laughing as it breaks the clay pod. When I have worked myself open, I become acutely aware of the tempered glass walls and dams that I have broken away from, the non-visible, yet all too will cell that I have broken away from. I have defended my life, and now I am breaking free. It's too hard. I can't. I don't want to. That will hurt not even more. That's too terrifying, too far, too foreign, too uncomfortable. I don't feel good. Abort, stop, turn down, turn from, turn back into the shell. The thing we are arguing against, this faceless stranger that we oppose daily, is our life force trying to unleash itself and find its way into its beam, offering an endless assortment of inspired thought and action. And all we can do most days is tell it how many ways it is flawed and wrong and irrational. All we can do most days is build invisible walls around it as it bumps and bounces and leaps away inside. Remaining hostage is a sad way to live out your life. And in the unknown, and a tragic way to return, in the end, to the unknown. I don't want to arrive at the end of time with my tail between my legs, saying, I forgot. I got so lost in the lament that I neglected. Love, I forgot to play and smile and say yes. I forgot to stop arguing instead of agreeing. I forgot to use all of my energy for expression and discovery. I forgot to ignite and invite my vitality to spread itself over continents. I forgot to cut the shoes off my feet and walk through the pathless wood and through the sand. For your practice, it might help to carry a notepad throughout the day and make 2 lists to write down how many times you argued with life. Mark each time you complained and talked yourself out of something. Mark the times you named something that you do not love. Your disdain, your criticism, your hatred, your unwillingness, your excuses. Mark how often you said no to yourself, to a feeling, to a movement, a thought, an action. And on another list, mark the times that you recognize something you love. The number of times you said yes to a creative and inspired idea freely, or an action, or how many times you were a fluid, wonderful, celebratory thing. The times you said yes, we often overcomplicate the times when things could be much more simple. If your list of complicated things outweighs your celebratory list, this will show you the cracks where water leaks from the bottom. Patch the hole. Be sure to use both your hands. Take this very seriously. Make sure not one more drop of you is wasted from things that make you small and sad and immovable. Ensure that not one more drop of you is wasted on fruitless crops. If you have countless names for your hell and very few for what lays above you in the sky, then no one can celebrate. So it can help to imagine for a moment that the stars are out there watching and rooting for you. Every so often, I'm convinced I tell this world too much. And I cough out my secrets and my pain and tell myself I won't do it again. I will keep myself under lock and key. A porch with screens, elusive and safe. And then I talk with a friend who's all heart, whose summer and June raw and flawed and so complete. And I'm reminded how flowers thrive when they're open to it all, to the rain, to the sun, to the footsteps and the weeds, to the changing of the seasons over again. And when someone's looking for hope, there they are, blooming despite it all. Welcome to next 14 days of grace. Thank you for being here today. Be open to both lists. It's time to start your journey.